So to continue to talk about being long with the hammer, what we really want to focus on is that low point on the right side, as well as where I'm reaching over my left. So we talked about being long in the first video, all the way around the entire orbit. The second part is going to be reaching high in the back to allow us to drive down on the right side, which is also going to help us focus on our low point on our right side. So if I had the ball on this end that I normally grab, when I come around, I want to reach high over my left shoulder, as high up as possible. A lot of newer throwers, you'll notice the handle will be lower, or the ball of the head will be lower instead of up. And that's because they're not reaching high. A lot of times that's because they also don't counter with their hips. So when I'm reaching high, it allows me to come down and push and finish with my low point on the right side of my body. So when I'm coming through, I catch. And so the catch is where the hammer goes weightless for a minute, and then I'm able to grab it again essentially and push back down on that right side. So I want to use gravity to push the hammer around with me. So if I were to start from here, I'm going to start pushing with my right hand up and around, up to that left side, come back around, and then push down on my right side. And what that's going to do is, I talked earlier about wanting to keep the right side low point as far back behind me as possible. I try to almost always think about 4 or 5 o'clock with my low point. It's naturally going to move forward. If we slow this video down, or you pause this video as I go through this next one, what we'll see is my low point back, a little more forward, and more forward for what would be my finish. The speed of the hammer is naturally going to move your low point more in front of you. So consciously always trying to think about putting it as far behind you is going to allow it to stay on the right, which is going to give you plenty of room to finish. If we get the low point to my left side and I'm here, I have no room to apply more force and finish and lift on the hammer. So keeping the hammer on the right allows me to drive the right side and keeping that low point right. So that's what you'll hear a lot of guys will tell newer throwers is keep your low point on the right. What happens is their low point drifts to the left, and you see their winds are all on their left side and they have no finish.